Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My channel, yes. Because I started it, I get to do the videos, it's mine. Yes, it's nobody else's. You don't know the password, you don't know everything, it's mine. It's all mine. But I also like to share. And this is what it's all about. It's about sharing my experiences, my knowledge, my opinions, as well as my insight in this game. And one of those insights is the term hitting the wall. Now, you've heard of my other terms, such as honey money and hive crazy. I hope other individuals haven't come up with that stuff. And maybe I've heard it from like other people, and that's why I'm saying it. I don't know. I mean, they sound kind of cool, right? Like, don't go hive crazy, or maybe it's time to go hive crazy. I also use the term sprout parties. I also say, hey, who wants to do some purple rain? Now, for you young people, you probably don't know where that comes from. For the older individuals, maybe you do. There was a singer called Prince. Back from the day when Madonna was actually popular. When she was like on the pop scene and not just this old lady from England. Also, Michael Jackson when he was a pretty cool dude and not just known for, the this and that and whatever. Well, Prince had a song called Purple Rain. Now, I say Purple Rain instead of Meteor Shower because, you know, it's like Purple Rain. Actually, I should probably call it Purple Hail. Anyway, there's another term that I want to say called hitting the wall. Now, hitting the wall is the subject of today's video. Once again, I'm still at Blue Flower. It takes a lot, especially because my mentor is not here. So I have to go up and down this field. Yes, up and down this field. And Black Bear wants me to get 10 million pollen. So it's going to take quite a while. So I'm sorry if this looks kind of monotonous. But this video is actually quite important because I think this is why a lot of players don't progress in this game. Because they hit the wall. They hit the bee swarm wall. Yes. They do not progress because the goals that they have start to diminish. They get tired. Maybe they quit. Maybe they leave the game for a while. Maybe they play other stuff like Arsenal or whatever. I don't know. That game comes to mind because I see it in chat sometimes. I have friends who play that game, and yeah, so Arsenal, right? The Arsenal versus B Swarm. My vote is for B Swarm because in Arsenal, I get shot so fast that I'm probably in the bottom 5%. So hitting the wall. What does hitting the wall mean? I've used it in other videos. I don't really explain it. You might have some idea of what that means. If you think about it, you're playing the game, you're kind of going along, and a wall pops up, bam, you hit it. You can't go anywhere, or so you think. So let me set up the situation. You have 25 B slots, right? And you're thinking, well, I'm going to get basic eggs. You get to the tunnel bear, and let's say you're doing everything right, you know? You complete Mother Bear's quest. You get the star treat. You do Panda Bear. Panda Bear is not that hard. You get that star treat, that star egg. You're getting everything to a pretty good point. You're doing King Beetle every day. So I'm not just talking about hitting the wall as a noob. I'm talking that you're getting pretty far. You get 35 Bs, right? You're going into the Spirit Bear quest. But here's where you start to hit the wall. Now Black Bear says, hey, and I just came across this. hey, I want you to get all this pollen from the lower tier fields. I want you to get 60 million from, let's say, mushroom field or something like that. That's just like an example. Hey, I want you to get this. And it requires a leveling up of bees. Now, to get Mother Bear's treat, I think she wants you to have like a level 10 bee. And that takes a lot. That actually takes a lot. You know, now some people, they'll buy treats. Some people will feed a certain bee a favorite fruit or whatever. But with enough work, they will get a level 10 bee. And they're like, oh, thank goodness I got done with that quest. I got my level 10 bee. And then over time, the rest of their bees will become 8s and 9s. But they have that level 10 bee. They hit the wall when they cannot bring Krabby down. They die. And they definitely cannot kill Snail. They actually start thinking that killing Snail is a myth. They watch videos and say, oh, this person has to be a OP. Oh, this person must have been playing the game for like a long time. Because killing a Snail, that's, yeah, you have to like spend a lot of money. Your whole hive has to be mythics. I can't get there. There's just absolutely no way. No, that's not me. I don't see how they do it. Now, how do I know? You might be thinking, come on, you've killed a snail. You know how to do it. You're just talking out of your butt. You're just talking out of your butt. Well, no, because I've hit the wall. You know, I've hit the wall, so I know exactly what I'm talking about in regards to what this means. I had a 37 hive. Lots of mythic bees. And when I say lots, I'm talking about maybe 4 or 5. And how do you get 37 bees, all these mythic bees? I got the bare minimum of gifted bees, but only an attack of like somewhere like in the 300s. And I'm looking at Snail, and I actually think Snail is a prop, right? I'm like, nobody can take down 30 million hit points. And I remember trying Krabby, and I'm thinking like, oh, dude, there's no. As soon as I jump down on there, this dude's on top of me with his like snippers, right? I mean, this dude's like coming after me. There's no way. Even after I learned the attack, I'm going back and forth, and I'm like, my goodness, this is taking forever. I'm not even seeing any red. All I'm seeing is white. And after about like 20, 30 minutes, I'm like, there is no way. This is like fighting the snail, but worse, because at least with the snail, you know, you get a auto clicker and you can like just stay right there. I look at the pedal one and I'm like 1.5 billion. I'm like, what the heck? I'm looking at the sprinklers and I'm like, well, I can get maybe up to the gold, but Grandmaster? Dang, I can't get a Grandmaster. That's like, what, like 5 billion pollen? I'm like, a billion pollen? That's impossible to get. So you start looking at all these things that the game says that you have to do. And that's on top of the fact that you're like, well, okay, I guess I can do this, but to fight the snail, you have to have a demon mask. So then you find the demon mask. What? 5 billion pollen? Well, the only way to get 5 billion pollen is I need the gummy mask. So then you check out the gummy mask, right? And you're like, what? That's 5 billion pollen plus I have to craft, what, 250 glue? And then you check out the glue. What? That's 10 royal jelly plus 50 gumdrops? You're like, oh my goodness. I remember at the very beginning, you bought all the tickets, and you used up the tickets on maybe because you enjoyed the Ant Challenge so much, you bought Ant Challenge passes, and you wasted the tickets on like other stuff too, right? Because you're a noob and you enjoy the game and you weren't patient. So you used up all the tickets, and now the tickets cost like hundreds of thousands just to get 10 of them. So you're kind of like in the background now. You don't have the right farming tools, but you look cool because you played the game long enough, so you're able to at least look all white with the hat and the belt and the porcelain dipper and all that. So you have all the things, but you went hive crazy, and you have 37 hives. Got all the mythic bees, and you're kind of stuck in the fact that you're like, well, to progress, you're going to need to gift up your bees. But you already used up all the star treats on probably bees that you thought were good. Like I did with, I gifted up the diamond bee. Not a good thing, because why would you gift up a bee that just converts honey faster? Yeah, my first gifted up bee was on something that did that. And I was playing for a while where I should have got the vicious bee, but I was using the stingers to kill tunnel bear every time. It was stinger after stinger after stinger. So I guess that means that if you have 37 bees with an attack around 300 something, that you can kill tunnel bear if you use stinger after stinger after stinger. But if you have 37 bees, you should have probably 20 gifted. And if you do it the right way, you should be able to kill tunnel bear at least. I mean, I'm at like 30 something bees. I have like 15 gifted. There's a lot more that I'm going to get gifted with, like star treats and gifted eggs and everything. So my goal is within the end of this week, I'm going to be able to kill tunnel bear, or at least find out what I need to do. So hitting the wall is not when there's absolutely no chance of fixing a hive, and I don't believe that there is a hive that can't be fixed. I believe that every hive can be fixed, and some might take longer, like in the account that I really wasted. I could probably go back, look at it, and say, okay, this has 37 bees. It looks good. Look over the stats, and it's like, ooh, okay. Can't even get can't even get past a gold amulet here. All right, because I don't even think that one has a event bee. Yeah, I know it doesn't have a vicious bee. So I'd have to go back in there and say, okay, now I have to work at getting event bees. Now, unless I want to buy a lot of tickets, spend a lot of money, then I could. But now, here's the problem, kind of, is what bees do I get rid of? Now, you don't want to buy new bees if your old bees aren't even gifted. Start at the rare bees. Start gifting those up. Start gifting bees that should be gifted, right? The brave bee, the rage bee, the bomber bee. You know, just these bees right here. You know, like in that old account, I had tadpole bee. Um, the blue bees. You know, cool bee, hasty bee to make your guy go faster. Looker bee. That's crit power. All these bees set you up for something great. They're the ones that'll pack the punch. They're the one. They are the ones that I'm going to call the basic farmers. They will take whatever tool you have and make it so much better. Then there's the bees that make it or break it, right? Like the music bee. you got to have a music bee. I mean, forget about the fact that, certain quests will want like melody tokens and things like that. That's basically the game saying, hey, do you have a music bee yet? Because I'm telling you, it's important. You have to have it. But even without it, you have to look at it and think, I should get a music bee. Because its gift is for every single bee to increase its pollen. Carpenter bee. The science spirit says, hey, you need a carpenter bee. But even on your own, you should be thinking, wow, this bee increases the tool's ability to collect pollen. That should be like a no-brainer. It's the only bee that does that. So this game does tell you what bees you have to have. That you have to have. Yes, it does it through the missions, but even on your own, when you read through the bees, you see what you need. So basically, all the rare bees you have to have, and you have to have them early, and you have to give them up. Now, you read online, and you watch the other videos, and they say, well, what bee should I gift up first? Oh, tabby bee. Oh, photon bee. Oh, vicious bee. Hey, those are all good and everything, but let me tell you now, if you have a level 1 through 7 vicious bee, that's all cool and everything, but if he doesn't have any like energy, if he can't do anything, you're not going anywhere when it comes to leveling up, to the ant challenge, to tunnel bear, to king beetle, or anything like that. That's like having a super strong guy, and you're in a war, and he's like saying, look, I got some 20-inch biceps, and I can knock you out, and 10,000 men come out with like pistols, saying, all right, well, let's see how close you can get, right? I'd rather have 20,000 sharpshooters than one guy that's really strong. Well, Vicious Bee is that one guy that's really strong, and the 10,000 guys would be like the gifted bees. So hitting the wall is basically when you have the one guy that's really strong, aka going hive crazy, and then you get to a point where it's like that one guy is not doing things anymore. I can't buy any more hives because I just can't collect the pollen anymore. No, why don't you do the 10,000 sharpshooters, right? Meaning, gift your bees up, get the better tools, always move forward. As you've seen like in my videos, one day I get the red pack, I'm farming like crazy, I'm completing missions because I know where the focus is. The next day, because of getting that red pack, I get the porcelain pack. Alright, well this noob is checking out. Alright, have a great day, people.